Hello, everybody, and welcome to the 2020 Montana Senate prediction between Republican incumbent Steve Daines and current Montana Governor Steve Bullock. Without further ado, let's get right into it, starting out with the latest three polls conducted from July 1st to 14th, 2020. So this is an average of the previous three polls conducted in the state of Montana, and Bullock has a 1.4 point advantage, 46.7% in his column, to Steve Daines' 45.3% in the state of Montana. Now, as for the JHK forecast, in the state of Montana, they actually predict that Steve Daines has a 3.6 point advantage over Steve Bullock, 50.1% in Daines' column to 46.5% in Bullock's column. An interesting prediction there from the JHK forecast. They have Daines 3.6 points ahead. Now, as for the Our Progress forecast, the other forecast used to predict Senate races, they actually have Steve Bullock ahead by 1.9 points over Steve Daines. So, vice versa to the JHK forecast, Steve Bullock has 49.6% to Steve Daines' 47.7% in the state of Montana, according to the Our Progress forecast. Now, as for the data consensus, so this is a combination of the latest three poll average as well as the JHK forecast and the Our Progress forecast. This has Steve Daines ahead by 0.1 points. So in the data consensus, it is effectively tied, with Steve Daines holding 47.7% to Steve Bullock's 47.6%. So neither candidate really has an edge in terms of the data heading into this race. However, looking at the 2018 Senate election in the state of Montana, Jon Tester, the Democratic incumbent, won re-election to another term, 50.33% in his column, to Matt Rosendale's 46.78%. This was a big Democratic hold in the 2018 midterms, as Jon Tester won by just 17,000 votes. And the polls have now closed in the state of Montana, and we have a key race alert coming in right now. 8% of the vote is reporting in the state of Montana in their Senate race, and Steve Daines has an early 8,000 vote lead, 59.29% in his column, to Steve Bullock's 38.77%. This is an early and considerable margin of lead, as the more rural and conservative areas of the state are reporting here early. Just 8% of precincts are reporting. 8% of the vote is in, and Steve Daines holds an 8,000 vote lead. We now have 34% of the vote coming in out of the state of Montana, and Steve Daines maintains about a 8,000 vote lead, this time 8,215 votes. However, his percent lead has shrunk to just about 5 points, with 51.09% in his column to Steve Bullock's 46.45%. This is shaping up to be the competitive race that we all expected it to be here, with the governor, Steve Bullock, facing off against the incumbent senator. It's a battle of heavyweight politicians in the state of Montana, and with 34% of the vote in, Steve Daines still holds a marginal lead. 69% of the vote is now in the state of Montana, and take a look at this. Steve Bullock now has a 538 vote lead, his first lead of the night, and it's just 538 votes, 175,905 votes in his column, to Steve Daines' 175,367, a margin of just 0.15%, with Steve Bullock holding 48.96%. to Steve Daines' 48.81%. Extremely close here in the state of Montana, as more and more vote continues to pile in. 69% in, a lot of vote is still out there left to be called in a race as close as this. 85% of the vote is now reporting in the state of Montana, and Steve Daines has retaken a very marginal lead. A little over 1,000 votes now. He has retaken the lead over Steve Bullock with 48.90% in his column, to Steve Bullock's 48.67%. Still extremely close between these two Montana politicians that are heavyweights here in the state. We can project that Steve Daines, the Republican incumbent, will hold on to his Senate seat in the state of Montana. This is a big Republican hold in the state of Montana. Steve Daines is the projected winner over Steve Bullock. He has won with a projected 49.04% of the vote in his column, to Steve Bullock's 48.37%, and a margin of a little over 3,400 votes here, 255,000 in his column, to Steve Bullock's 251,000. This race is now called in favor of Steve Daines here in the state of Montana. Now, as for the largest 8 counties in the state of Montana. Steve Bullock won 5 out of 8 of them. Steve Daines only winning in 3, as Steve Bullock wins in Missoula County, Gallatin County, Cascade County, Lewis and Clark County, and Silver Bow County. However, Steve Daines has won in the largest county, Yellowstone County, as well as Flathead County and Raleigh County. As you look at the entire county map in the state of Montana, Steve Daines is the projected winner. And that does it for today's video. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Please make sure to like and subscribe if you have not already, as well as check out all of the other content on the channel. Tune in next time.